In the spring of 2023, I saw a boat with a 283 Flywheel Forward Chris Craft engine that was set up properly at a boat show in South Carolina. With what I've learned now, I realize this is not a 283 block, and by the end of this video, you'll know why. Knowing that I was headed down this road with at least one of my own projects, I took these images for reference. I now have one 283 totally rebuilt and ready to run. A 283 long block that is rebuilt and ready to be assembled, 2 parts motors, and what I thought was a 283, but turned out to already be converted to a 350 block when I got it. This engine appears to be very low hours. Let's take a look at how I got to this point and what I'm planning to do with each of them. My earliest memory is riding in my grandfather's boat, arm over the side, hand in the spray. I've spent much of the rest of my life chasing this feeling. All of that has led to this, the wooden boat experience. This journey into Flywheel Forward Chris Craft engines began when I got the Chris Craft Sea Skiff that sat next to my boat shed until recently. Take a look at the video linked above to see a little bit more about this Sea Skiff and pulling this engine out. This is a video that was only shown on Patreon back in season 3. That boat had a running 283. That engine was disassembled and rebuilt to become the one that is going into my hydroplane. Often, I end up with the bar replacement exhaust manifolds, which are inferior to the original Chris Craft ones. Actually, they don't work quite the same. In early May of 2024, Tiza and I were on our way back from South Carolina with an empty trailer, and we detoured over to Maryland to pick these engines up. The engine which is the subject of this video was acquired from Howard and Cheryl Johnson at Old Time World in Maryland. When I bought these engines, I thought they were both parts engines. It wasn't until I looked them over that I found out that one of them was more than just for parts.
Yeah, hold on.
It moves nice and easy, doesn't it? I was surprised. This I just want, but it will get rolling. This one goes nice. The other one doesn't.
Oh yeah, put that down. Yeah, nice. We'll glide right up that thing. Nice.
Famous last words.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Now, how far are we? So we're actually shooting for right here with this wheel.
Okay.
So in a little bit on this side.
You ready?
I think we better pop the rest of that rubber up before we try to go up.
Yeah.
It's got an emergency brake built in.
Right there. Take that filter off with.
Did you? No, it's stock. Where is it?
Oh yeah.
I didn't mention the 2% rule.
No,
He has so many great sayings.
he does.
You might not like that one, Robert.
We'll tell you later.
Okay, we're leaving the Washington, D.C. area, heading for the Thousand Islands. Once I got back to New York, it was time for me to unload. got these both in the barn now. There's the other one, which is sitting right on the ground. But that one is just a parts motor. This one is not a parts motor, I don't believe. But we're going to find that out. I knew I needed a larger carb than the carter I had rebuilt for the hydroplane. I looked at another carb I had, a Rochester 4-jet. These carbs come in 3 different sizes, the biggest being 692 CFM. That is actually the one that I had. Thank goodness, the other 2 would have been too small. I sent that carb out the next day to Chris's Carbs in Ohio to be rebuilt. The next issue to deal with was that 2 of the freeze plugs had been removed to winterize the engine at one point. I knew this and ordered a set of them ahead of time. Gary installed them. That was fun because he couldn't really swing the hammer with the engine sitting on the stand, but he got it. Gary began trying to start the engine. First he checked the compression, which wasn't great, but the engine had been sitting quite a while. We tried starting it and thought the battery was low. So we tried another battery. Then we jump-started it with 2 batteries. None of that was working, even when we checked the connections. We finally decided it was the starter. I had a brand new starter for the hydroplane, which I hadn't installed on the 283 yet. We put that one on and, well, you can see here. Water is on.
I think it's gonna go. Ready?
Yep.